Come on. Let's go.
Come on,
right
mister. Come on, mister.
Right here.
Come on in, old timer. I ain't got till Judgment Day. Move your ass. The end of the world is upon us. Come on in. I got all day.
Thank you.
That's all. Reverend Bert, nice to meet you.
Samuel Loomis.
Well, nice to meet you, Samuel Lewis. Where are you going?
Haddonfield.
Haddonfield? Well, what seems to be the problem, Mr. Loomis?
Car trouble.
You hunting, ain't you?
Excuse me?
Hunting evil.
What do you consider evil, Reverend Bert?
You know, Armageddon, the apocalypse, even Elon Musk. Like, what do you consider evil, Mr. Loomis? Because I've been hunting evil for like 30 years.
Whores. And Michael.
You know, brother, I agree with that. I like you, Mr. Loomis. Here, have a claw.
Don't mind if I do. I've been hunting it for the better part of 30 minutes.
Down by the river, clear, clear river, down by the river, that's all so clean. Oh yeah. Down by the river, clear, clear river, down by the river, that's all
God
so
damn
clear.
you, Michael. Stop the car. Stop the car.
What's wrong, Mr. Loomis?
Thank you for the ride, Reverend
What?
Bert.
No,
Much appreciated.
the evil is out there.
Thank you, Reverend.
God, the evil's out there. Okay. What I tried to tell that Mr. Loomis, those whores are going to get him now. On to evil. No, the evil is here.
What's going on, guys and gals, and welcome to Good Real Hunting. Real for the good reels, so you don't have to. It's your boy Brad, the Brett Man's right over there, and we are at week 4 for a HalloScream Review Series. Fear. Michael Myers is back, baby. He's come back after a 10-year hiatus, give or take, at least in the terms of the movie timeline. So he's back. He's coming back with a vengeance, and man, I'm stoked to talk about this one. It's a fan favorite. A lot of people really dig this one, and I'm up there. I mean, this is one of my favorites in the franchise, absolutely. So this is gonna be a lot of fun to talk about today.
Dude, let me just say, I am more happier than the freaking Armageddon Reverend just chasing down evil.
I ain't got till Judgment Day.
Yeah, it ain't you. But man, dude, I kind of wish I had my freaking blonde mustache right now so I can wear it for this review. I miss that thing. I freaking looked like Hulk Hogan. Well, let me tell you something, bro. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Armageddon's out there, brother.
Yeah, what you gonna do when freaking the Reverend runs wild on you? But we can freaking transfer that freaking Hulkamania kind of hype and energy to freaking HalloScream Mania.
Hell yeah, man. HalloScream, what that is our freaking journey to Halloween Ends. We started it weeks ago, and now we're going to be giving you a review, or a Halloween review, every Monday up until the release of Halloween Ends in October, and then we'll be ranking the franchise. Of course, we're up to Halloween 4 at this point. Next week's Halloween 5, everybody's favorite, and then, from there on, we just keep going until Halloween Ends rolls around. Ranking after that, we're going to be joined by all these lovely peeps here. All their stuff's going to be in the description below, so check out their reviews today as well for Halloween 4. Chris Snyder will be dropping a written review on Letterboxd for Halloween 4 as well, so check that out as well. We're stoked to see everybody else's content. Yeah, man, let's look at the cards. Let's look at the cards.
All right, let's freaking look at the Halloween 4 movie facts card here. Let me get a deep breath. Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, was released on October the 21st of 1988. IMDb says it gave it a 5.8 out of 10. Letterboxd, surprisingly, a 2.9 out of 5, where most of the votes come in at a 3. Rotten Tomato score, and dadgummit, I gotta freaking change it again. 2 weeks in a row. I'm gonna freaking fix them. So anyway, so tomato meter 31% is not certified fresh. That is spoiled rotten. Audience score of 52%. That is close to the freaking popcorn bucket, but it is not. It is a half empty freaking popcorn because you toss it. The budget $5 million. Box office $18 million. In the domestic box office, again, was not released globally, so it's still at 18 million. Director is Dwight H. Little, and the cast is Donald Pleasence, Ellie Cornell, and of course, we get the introduction to her acting career, Danielle Harris.
Hell freaking yeah, man. Keep them fresh, man, because they're fresh to us, damn it. That's all that matters.
You know what? I freaking will, unless if it's the movies that we obviously know that don't deserve it.
Absolutely. So, I don't see too many surprises. The audience scores back up from Halloween 3 last week, obviously, because Michael Myers is back. I think that makes people really happy at the end of the day. It's not the same Michael we know and love per se, but it's Michael nonetheless, and I think he does a damn good job in this thing. And I think go ahead and tell us a little bit about that Michael Myers, man.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at the mask from the poster right there of what could have been.
Seriously, dude, that shit.
Yeah, which we'll complain about that here in a minute. But here's our freaking Michael Myers card from Halloween 4. The actors is George P. Wilbur, Tom Morga, and the kid in that little weird whatever you like. I really honestly can't explain it, but it is Eric Preston nonetheless. We got a high so far at this franchise of 17 kills if we do not count the kid massacre in Halloween 3. Weapons of choice: thumb, a metal rod, hands, shotgun, and a butcher knife.
So 17 is a lot of fucking kills, and that's awesome. I think that's again, we see the most carnage here in this film up to date. A lot of memorable moments, and Michael's just on a fucking rampage, killing everything in his way to get to that little girl.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I can't wait to get to in this town. Oh man, it's just freaking Donald Pleasence. You're a damn goat, man. You really are. So Brad, before we freaking get started, if somebody is new to the HalloScream Review Series, especially on the Good Will Hunting side of things, tell them how we're going to do this review today.
Yeah, so we're just going to be talking chronologically about the movie, man, for the most part, going through that, talking about, from the beginning to end, what we like, what we dislike. At the end, we'll give our favorite what the fuck moment and our favorite kill from the movie, and yeah, that's pretty much it, man. So I'm ready to start rolling with it.
Yeah, freaking movie rating, and then we'll send you all packing on home. So let's freaking dive in, man. So we are here, Halloween 4, 10 years after the events of the original, like Brad stated, and Michael has not freaking budged. So I'm not sure if he's been freaking eating his Feynmans and saying his prayers, or he's just been sitting there. He's all burned up, bitch. He can't freaking function at the moment.
Right. This follows up obviously Halloween 2, which is where he gets exploded at the end. Him and Loomis explode together in the hospital, and he walks down and he falls, he collapses. So that's kind of his state at this moment. Now to start off, before even any of that kicks off, we have this badass opening credit sequence in this movie, just kind of showing the Halloween atmosphere, if you will. You're looking at freaking the Midwest, freaking, the plains. We got freaking cornfields and shit, and like Halloween decor and all kinds of cool shit out there.
That is Illinois right there, my friend. That's not California.
Oh yeah, that feels real. We're finally where we need to be in the franchise, and it looks real. It looks legit, and we're just soaking it in, man. We're actually getting some Illinois vibes, and I really appreciate it for that. I think that thank you for making it feel Halloween in the Midwest. Appreciate that.
Absolutely. And then we go from that to a terrible rain thunderstorm, just because even nature knows that something bad's about to happen, because they are going to be transferring Michael Myers away from the Smith's Grove into another VIA location to better treat him and to try to make him feel better. But Michael doesn't want to feel better.
Never a good plan to transport Michael Myers. Never.
Especially on what day?
Halloween, Michael.
Eve. It's always Halloween Eve. Freaking like they decide to transfer him. Why can they not freaking do on the 4th of July? Like even St. Patty's Day, like Valentine's Day, because that's the day of love, and Michael will be spreading his love.
You transport Michael Myers on 4th of July, hit him up with a dose of Thorazine. That son of a bitch is going nowhere, dude. He's going to be dormant. You're going to be fine. Like, that's what you need to do.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, we're freaking just transporting Michael. If in the people inside the ambulance are freaking talking, like give us pretty much the background of like what we need to know for the movie with the big word niece. And then Michael is like, oh. Like suddenly that's the magic word to awaken him, like to summon his spirit. What again, I can't even explain to you how you survive a big explosion like that, but it's the freaking Michael Myers, so he could do whatever he wants. Just hearing the word niece gets him pissed off and decides to freaking kill people in that ambulance. First off, killing that first person, slamming his head and using his thumb right on his damn forehead, dude.
Dude, he sticks that thumb right in the freaking the forehead. And what is crazy about this is that son of a bitch has been dormant for 10 years, no use of muscles, atrophy at the ass. Ivan Drago's freaking trainer himself tells us that here in a few minutes. Says his legs are useless. But I think this is actually a prequel to Rocky IV, and this is the same trainer. He's been juicing up with those steroids all 10 years, and now he's jacked like a mofo. That's what happened here. So
yeah,
he did.
Plus, wasn't Rocky IV released in '88 as well?
Yeah, it was around that same time for sure, dude. In the midst of so he stuck his thumb right in there, freaking steroided up from Drago's boy, freaking right, gnarly kill right off the bat. Good first kill of the movie, and it sets us up for success. And it cuts away from that point to Danielle Harris, which we find out is Jamie, which is Jamie Lee Curtis's Laurie Strode's character. Laurie Strode's niece. I'm just throwing all the fucking names out there. But yeah, it's Laurie Strode's daughter. We find out then that she's got a sister named Rachel. Ellie Cornell comes in, and then they're like, hey, your mom's fucking dead. We're talking about Laurie. And she...
yeah, that's something to tell an 8-year-old child. I was like, hey, what's up? How you doing? Your mom's dead. But...
That's not how that went, but that's as an audience learned that Laurie has died in a car accident, and Jamie, Danielle Harris, is her daughter, and now she's living with the foster family, and Rachel is her foster sister. And then she's looking out. It's like she's up at night. It's the middle of the night. She's looking out the window. It's like 3 a.m. She's looking out the window. It's raining like a mofo, and she sees that ambulance out there. At least I don't know if it's the one that we saw or not. That's up for your mind to interpret, and then it disappears here in a second. So I thought that was a cool sequence, but I also really just loved the introduction of Rachel and Jamie together.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just like a very nice, like subtle, like, hey, these are your two, pretty much your final girls of this movie. Really awesome. And yeah, we get upstairs. Jamie gets tucked into bed, having a good night. Well, as we want to believe, but however, she keeps hearing noises, so she decides to look in her little closet to look at the little pictures of her mother, Laurie Strode, aka Jamie Lee Curtis, who plays Laurie Strode. And then she also hears something underneath her bed. It wasn't a monster, it was the boogeyman.
Oh yeah, dude, this is a great sequence that's set up here for just real quick, man. Lori, fucking A. Lori survives Halloween 78 and the aftermath of such at the hospital just to fucking die in a car accident. Give me a break. All right. Anyway.
Until we describe that later on. But
Yes,
at this point of time, that's it's not good. That's kind of like almost freaking killing off on Martin Brody with a heart attack in Jaws the Revenge. But I'm not going to get into that.
But that's just to say, though, shit hits the fan anytime. You never know. Life can turn on a dime, and you never know what's going to happen, and it happened for her. But anyway, going back to this sequence, Jamie, I'm going to get all these names confused. Jamie does open a closet, and then she finds that the boogeyman's under the bed. He comes out. This sequence right here, there's lightning coming in. She can kind of see his face once lightning is illuminating outside. It comes in, it lights up. It lights up the. Oh, yeah, it lights up the bedroom. The lightning does. You see Michael standing in her bedroom at this point. He came out from underneath the bed after he grabbed her ankles. Kind of like the poltergeist. And this scene right here, dude, this used to be the scariest shit as a kid for me. Outside of the first movie in the franchise, because I watched two. One was too scary for me. I watched it. I hated watching it because it scared the shit out of me. But I watched 2 and 4 all the time. This dream, though, gave me second thoughts about watching 4. It's this sequence of events that happens with Jamie when she, the light pops up and Michael's there. He chases her through the house. There's 2 Michaels because she opens the door to get away from him. Michael's standing there. We ultimately find out it's a dream.
Yeah, it was a dream, and then the parents rush in, telling her, "Hey, it's okay, sweetheart. Everything's going to be fine." Again, seeing her freaking bullshit at this time. So they took her back to bed. She's freaking asleep, and during this time, we get freaking our introduction to our boy, our freaking legend, Dr. Loomis, which. Where the hell are his freaking burn scars? Because the other thing I noticed for at least a good portion of this movie is freaking his mole freaking on his side right there.
Thank you. Whoa!
They gave him some scars on his face and his hands. He says he shows you
mole.
He said, yeah, that's true. He said, "Look at my hand. This happened 10 years ago today. I burnt my hand playing with matches, Michael." Okay, whatever. But that's what he says. Something about his hand. His hand's got scars on it. So yeah, that was a good introduction to him. Coming back, he's kind of a little bit even more off the rails now from his introduction. Like he's like the people at the hospital now, like they don't really even respect him anymore. He's like they're ready for him to retire. They're just kind of letting him hang out, until he's done for retirement. But then
so they didn't even tell him they were transporting him.
No, they didn't even tell him that. Exactly. And he finds out the hard way after at that point he's talking to Mr. Drago's trainer in the room, and he tells him, "Hey, they transported his ass. He's gone. You can quit now." And then he's like, "Oh no, that's not good." And then the phone rings, and he finds out. The Drago dude picks up, and he knows he gets told that the ambulance crashed at some point. And then Loomis hears it. He's like, he's on the way, dude. He doesn't even need to confirm with his boss. He's like,
he just freaking goes.
He goes out there, man. He goes straight to the scene. And even though he did get the head start, him and Drago's boy come in together. I don't know the guy's name. I'm just going to call him Drago's boy.
Which that's fine, because he don't matter. So
yeah, they come in the same car. They go out to the scene of the accident.
So as they're heading down to the scene, we get freaking Halloween morning. Everybody's having breakfast. Rachel, complaining about teenage things, about like, "Oh, I'm going to go out with Brady tonight. It's going to be so wonderful. We're going to take the next step so we could get you freaking grandchildren, Mom and Dad. You got to let me go on this date." But they're saying, "No, Rachel, you got to freaking go freaking babysit Jamie tonight because we got to go to a party and get fucked up."
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're going to go out like the freaking, like Jamie's parents did in the first one. And we may never see him, Jamie Lee Curtis, Lori. Yeah, they're going to go out and get hammered with Dr. Mixture. But so that's the plan. Yeah. And then Jamie overhears Rachel like saying like, "Oh, I don't want to sit here and babysit because I'm going to miss my date and you're going to miss out on your grandkids." So Jamie gets a little offended. That kind of creates this little conflict within the two sisters starting off the day. But then Rachel goes back up there and is like, "Hey, I'll take you trick-or-treating tonight. And we just gotta go pick out a costume later after school." And she's like, "Oh, okay, that sounds great. Let's get some freaking scoops of ice cream while we're at it."
She says, "I don't want to go trick or treating." It's like, okay, how about this? How about ice cream?
Triple scoops?
Yeah. Or yeah,
two scoops? Whatever.
Pretty much
Either
like
way.
over extortion of ice cream, which you should not give to a kid on Halloween night because they're going to get all that energy and get crazy.
Like freaking Michael did in Rob Zombie's Halloween after he ate the candy corn, and he murdered it.
So quick message right there, and I'll remind y'all for Rob Zombie's Halloween when we do the review as well. Do not eat candy corn because if you eat candy corn, you will kill your family.
That's right. Absolutely.
Anyways, Moving on. So we're back to freaking Drago's trainer and Dr. Loomis finding the ambulance crash. It's a freaking bloodbath in the river, and freaking Dr. Loomis already knows what freaking happened.
He does, dude. He doesn't ask any questions here. He's like, I'm ready to freaking rock and roll. Like, I gotta go find Michael because the bus, yeah, it's bloody as a mofo. Michael's missing. We all know what this means. Michael's on the way to Haddonfield, Illinois, once again. And then this is where Loomis is like, Haddonfield is 4 hours away. If you don't find him by then, I'm sure I will. And then he gets on the road again by himself this time, leaving Drago's boy behind with the scene of the accident. And he goes off to this damn gas station.
Yeah, goes off to the gas station, and while that's happening, we're back at the freaking school where Jamie is getting bullied at school, going like, "Your uncle's a murderer" and all that, just making fun of her. That like he's gonna get you, kind of like freaking a little nod to Halloween '78 when Tommy was getting bullied and all that. Jamie Lloyd, just an emotional wreck, cannot handle it, so she freaking runs out of the school building. And Rachel's there. Rachel's asking her what's going on. And then that's when Jamie's like, I want to go trick or treating tonight. And Rachel's like, I thought you didn't want to go trick or treating. Well, now I do. Let's go get a costume. And Rachel's like, I know just the place, little girl. And then that is where we get the freaking gas station. One of the best things in the movie.
Absolutely, dude. So this is kind of balancing the storyline between Jamie and then Loomis, because Loomis goes to this gas station and it's on the way to Haddonfield. He's like, he's got to pump up, he's got to fuel up. He takes his license plate down in the back, he starts filling up, and there's nobody there to help him out. He's like, where's all the damn employees to pump my gas for me? And there's none. So he's got to go inside to see what's going on, investigate. There he finds freaking chaos ensued, wrath essentially from our boy Michael, because there's dead bodies all over the place. There's this chick behind the counter, she's all dead, she's no longer working. There's the dude, there was a kill a minute ago. We saw the kill with Michael. He was in the bandage wrap.
Yes, the freaking bandage wrap, which is one of my favorite looks.
Yeah, so just prior to Loomis arriving to this gas station, we see Myers showed up with his bandage wrap, which he had on at the hospital while being transported, and he murks the mechanic to get his suit back, his jumpsuit. Right. He murks him with a pipe and or a pole or whatever.
So another message in Haddonfield: do not be a freaking mechanic.
Never. And if you do, wear some fucking cargo pants or something, some shorts, some cargo shorts. You can put your fucking tater tots in there and shit, but you never want to wear a fucking jumpsuit. So kills the dude. Okay, now Loomis is there. Like I was saying, he finds the girl behind the counter. He finds the freaking mechanic all freaking chained up there. Bitch, he can no longer walk because he's dead and chained up. Gravity doesn't work that way. So he's sitting here. He's trying to figure out what to do next. He runs into Michael in the diner portion of the gas station.
Yeah, we
fantastic
get that zoom.
scene.
Yeah, we get that zoom. And then Dr. Loomis is all like, "Why now, Michael? After all these years?" And then, just getting all that classic scene. And then Loomis, with his terrible aim, freaking, even though it's kind of hard to shoot somebody if that learns the powers of teleportation at this point.
That's true. He starts shooting. Michael disappears. This gun sounds like it came from GoldenEye, the game. Like
dude,
it's like
dude. Literally, on my notes, what the fuck moment? Nintendo 64 GoldenEye sound effects.
It sounds just like it.
It sounds
just like it. It sounds just like it, dude. He shoots at Michael. He disappears, poofs in the thin air again. And then Michael, he runs out to the gas station. Loomis does to try to find Michael. Michael comes driving out on the damn tow truck this time. He's not doing well last night. He's doing well right now. He's doing very well right now driving. He busts through the building with the tow truck and drives on the Haddonfield. We get another vehicle explosion. Third movie in a row in the franchise. 3 in a row of the vehicle explosions, and then which is Loomis's car. He can no longer drive. Electrical wires are falling down. This whole freaking gas station's going up in flames. And it's not good. Loomis had to dive in this pile of freaking trash just to survive the damn thing.
Oh yeah, man. And he's like, well, I guess I'm walking, and that's freaking like Loomis. See, this is why we gotta love our boy Dr. Loomis. He was going to walk from that gas station to freaking Haddonfield, and that was going to probably take him a day at tops. So you got to give him praise for at least always being determined to never give up.
He should trade his car in for a damn mini bike like freaking Lloyd Christmas did in Dumb and Dumber. That way he could have got there a little bit faster. He did. He starts hitchhiking and shit. At this point, he's trying to find her, right? We'll get back to the Jamie storyline in a second. I know these things kind of bounce back and forth.
Mhm.
We'll get back to that here in a second. He goes hitchhiking, and that's where he gets picked up. First off, he gets dusted by the cheerleader and the jock or whatever that roll up. They're giving our boy dirty
Hated
vibes.
that.
Yeah, dude, you can't freaking leave the old man on the side of the road like that. This guy's been through some shit. Now he's trying to walk to Hatfield to save her ass, probably their ass.
Yeah, even though I probably wouldn't trust Dr. Loomis for stealing your cheerleader either. So I could see it both ways.
But then the old man pulls up behind him, the Reverend Burt right here. Essentially, he pulls up. Come on, old man, get in there. I don't have until Judgment Day. So then they get into the car. He gets into the car, and he has this weird ass. Yeah, he has this weird ass conversation with the Reverend, man.
Yeah, freaking that. And like the Rev's like, "You hunting it, ain't you? I've been hunting it for all my life." And then it's like, "I like you. You want a swig?" And freaking they start drinking, starting singing weird songs. Not by Down by the River, Clear River, because I had to sing that just because again we're trying to avoid copyrights. But yeah, we get a song about the river and all that. And then we, for the second time in this entire franchise, at least from what I noticed, we freaking see a smile on Loomis's face, which I'm pretty sure is the alcohol at this point. But
yeah, they're passing the bottle back and forth. Him and his new friend. They're singing songs. They're having a good time. What I like about this though is Loomis seemingly is following the same path. It runs parallel to the first movie, 78. Michael gets out, Smith Grove, at least somewhere near Smith Grove, and makes his way to Haddonfield. Same thing here. Loomis is on his trail just like he was in 78. So it's kind of the same thing. Probably the same damn highway, I would imagine. He probably drove by his little phone booth from the first movie where he found your boy
Freddie Mercury.
Freddie Mercury in the bushes. So that was kind of cool. I like that kind of. It's almost like a callback, But yeah, so they're driving off. Okay, so now we'll bounce back to Jamie. She's at the drugstore now from the first movie, actually. I think
with Brady, Wade, and then freaking Kelly, man. And then Wade's trying to make a move on Kelly, and then Kelly with the famous line, "Fuck off, Wade."
Fuck off, Wade. Yeah. Yeah, that was good. We get to meet Kelly there at the drugstore. We meet Brady as well. Jamie's in the back trying different, looking at different Halloween costumes, which there were some dope ass costumes back there, I gotta say, especially for a drugstore. So I could see why those kids broke in for the Halloween.
Hey, like Brady said, it's the best costumes in town.
Got that right. Damn straight, man. I halfway expected to see a Kevin Bacon thing in there or something. I don't know. But anyway, she's looking in there. Rachel's over there trying to freaking, flirt with Brady. They're making out in the corner. They're trying to talk about their plans tonight. Rachel's like, I can't come over. And Brady's all like, oh, well, damn it. I hate this. And then Jamie's over there trying on costumes. She puts on the clown costume from Halloween 1, the 78 one, and which is the same as Michael's. And then she kind of gets this little flashback.
It's alternate a little bit. It's pretty much the same premise.
Yeah, that's the idea is that it's the same as Michael's. That's like giving you that callback. And it kind of gives you that flashback to Michael wearing the clown costume.
And that's where we get that little quick shadow of the freaking kid Michael we allude to in the Michael Myers card. We get that little thing. And then all of a sudden, right behind Jamie, there's our boy freaking Michael Myers with his freaking ugly ass mask on. Just scaring Jamie, and then and Rachel and Brady check on her, and then that's when Rachel takes Jamie back to the house to get ready for one memorable trick-or-treating experience.
Trick-or-treating time. Yep. So big boy Michael shows up. I kind of wish he would have pulled up one of those other masks off the shelves, honestly. The one with the snakes and shit coming out the mouth or whatever. Like,
honestly, I wanted the bandage mask for most of the movie.
I would have been cool with that. That looked cool as fuck.
Better than what we got,
But he got the new one nonetheless, and that one has grown on me. We'll see it more. Yeah, we actually already solved this mask because Jamie dreamed it earlier, and it happened to be the same mask. How she knew that, I don't know. But either way, so that happens. Yeah, they go home. They start the trick-or-treating process, and yeah.
Yeah, and then start the trick-or-treating process, and then they get to freaking the Meeker house, and that's when Rachel busts freaking Brady being with Kelly, and then Brady is like, but you canceled my plans. I was like, but that doesn't mean you hop on the next big thing. And then Rachel gets pissed off, and while she's getting pissed off at Brady, freaking Jamie just goes with a bunch of kids, like a group of kids and all that, gets separated from Rachel, but we'll play that on to later on, because what we get next is our introduction to freaking Sheriff Meeker, one of my favorite sheriffs in the entire franchise.
Oh, he was a great new character. Loomis makes his way to the police station. And yeah, he does talk to Meeker there, and that's where we see him. Great character. I prefer him over Brackett in this storyline.
Same.
Yeah, hell yeah, because Brackett, I mean, as much as I love Brackett from the first movie, but he was barely in the thing. Meeker takes a kind of a primary role in this movie, and at this point, from this point on with Loomis, and I really like that. So yeah, Loomis is there. He's trying to talk. He's giving them the same spiel he gave Brackett in the first movie.
Yeah, because he asked for Brackett first. Goes like, "Where's Brackett?" Well, you can find 200 miles down south in Miami.
Yeah, dude, he's having a good time down there where it's warm. He ain't doing this shit no mo. But Meeker's like, he comes out there, he's telling him, hey, Michael's here in this town. He's not going to stop, whatever. It's a great speech. He's talking about he's going to kill everybody in his way. What, Brett, you know it, right?
It's like he is coming for that little girl in this town, and he's coming after that little girl and anybody that steps in front of his way. Like something like paraphrasing like that point, but pretty much Dr. Loomis doing Don Plaza is doing what he does best, delivering another famous quote in this franchise of Dr. Loomis. And Meeker's like, okay, you sold me, boss. So he puts out a call on all the officers, and they're looking for the guy in the white mask.
Yeah, and again, this is like the Loomis quote of the movie. This is like the biggest quote from him. Every movie he's in, he's got something that really stands out, and this is it.
Big time.
6 buddies, Sheriff. A freaking gas station in flames, all that stuff kind of leads up to it. Again, I'm not good with quotes. I'm not good with any of that shit, so I'm not even going to try. Brett's better than me. So, so he, you got it pretty close there. So yeah, but Meeker's ready. He's eager, like you said. He gets the guys out. They're looking for Michael. He's pumped, which is good. It's not as good. Like Brackett was all like, he was always kind of hesitant, but not Meeker. He's ready. He ain't fucking around because he knows. And then yeah, we kind of cut back over to Jamie. And somehow her and Rachel got separated. It was very like that. All of a sudden, Jamie, she went off trick-or-treating earlier with friends. Now all the friends are gone. And she's on her own. I don't know what happened to the friends, and never really explains the fact why she's alone now. But nonetheless, she is just like that. And Rachel can't find her. They get separated.
Yeah, they get separated, and then that's Rachel's trying to find her. It's like, oh damn, my parents are going to kill me. And then suddenly we get a little shadow figure of Michael, kind of like a little bit of a first kind of interaction between Michael and Rachel. Rachel panics and runs, and that's when she runs into Jamie. Thankfully, so they reunited, and that's when Meeker and Dr. Loomis catch up to him, and then get to them and get to somewhere safe, which never better place safe in the Meeker house, like the sheriff's house. So that's where they go. And I'm trying to remember when they do that, and then they go back to report from the sheriff's office, no one answers. That's when I believe they went back to go check on that situation. But this is, and sorry, I'm going a little over the place. I apologize. But yeah, right before they go to the Meeker house, they see three different Michael Myerses. Like, damn, is he freaking cloning now? Is this where we're freaking going into in the franchise? But no, it's a bunch of pranksters. And so when they drive off and they realize, or you all realize, right behind, it's the real Michael Myers.
Oh yeah, he's still he's there staring, which I thought that was an effective scene. I like that a lot. And then we find out the police force is gone and all that shit. So they end up going back to the Meeker house to be safe. And just to have a station to hang out and then be cool. So they go there, they're having a good time. This is probably one of my favorite parts of the movie is when they're hanging out at the Meeker house, because everybody gets together. Brady and what's her name are making out on the couch
Kelly.
before they show up. Biggest tease of the franchise right here, dude. They're getting it on. She's about to get naked and it cuts away from it and it's like, oh man. But anyway, so that happens anyway. Dad shows back up. He's like he shows back up with everybody. Jamie's there.
He's
Rachel's
in full
there.
defense mode.
Oh yeah, he's ready to freaking rock and roll. Brady's there. So we have the whole gang together. Loomis is even there initially. Everybody in the whole movie is in this one house together at this point, which is really cool. The power's out and shit. There's candles going. It's really dark and moody in there. It's really nice. And just kind of gives you that freaking atmosphere we're looking for in the franchise. And then they get there, they start setting up their defenses and shit because they know Michael's coming eventually. At this point, Loomis knows that the niece is Jamie, and that's why they wouldn't look for him anyway. Because he knows Michael's going to come after her. So they start boarding up fucking windows and shit. Like they're really just setting up their defense because Michael's coming.
Iron door.
Yeah, dude. Iron lock on the door, on the door itself, and then it's locked. dude, shit's getting defended, and Michael's on a rampage, and it's cool. It's dope. Loomis, at this point, for some reason, these mofos start separating. Though Loomis goes out, he's like, I got to go find Michael, and then Meeker's like, I got to go find these, because at this point, that's the mob started. At this point, the guys at the bar, yeah, they're like, this is like the Halloween Kills before Halloween Kills was the thing. The guys that run this bar downtown, they're like, we're gonna go find fucking Michael.
I wonder if that's the same bar.
It's got to be, right? Yeah, it could be the same bar.
Be.
So those guys are like, they're shutting down the bar early. We're gonna go kill Michael because there's a curfew now anyway. We gotta shut down, so we might as well just go ahead and fucking kill.
Yeah,
Michael
like they go to the sheriff's office to figure out what's going on, and then that's when Loomis and Meeker show up to to the sheriff's office. It's a freaking bloodbath. Everybody's dead, arms and legs everywhere. Michael was having a freaking good time at this point, like probably like a kid in a candy store. And then that's when they go outside. That's where the mob is and all that. They're like, you know what? We got this. You all stay put. We'll go hunt this son of a bitch. And then that's when Meeker's like, no, that's a terrible idea. You all go home right now. And Loomis is like, no, we need them. It's like, dude, it's going to get bad out there. You ain't got a police force.
You haven't got the police force. Yeah. Yeah, that was great. That was another good line.
My favorite part of the movie is the redneck police force.
Yeah, they start up, and they're miles better than the H Kills mob. Miles. Like, there's no weird scenes. Like, here in a second, like, I know we're getting ahead of ourselves. At this point, everything kind of runs together. But here in a little bit, the mob's going to go off, and they're going to kill Ted Hollister. They're going to shoot him. The guy's going to be like, hey, I see Michael up by them bushes. And he's like, oh, hell yeah, man, let's kill this motherfucker. They try to murk the murker. All of them, they line up like young guns at the beginning in the montage when they're doing the opening credits, and they're like, they just start blowing them away, like guns blazing, freaking shooting them down. And then like we never saw them. It's just one dude saw them. They blow them away. They go up there. They find out, damn, that's Ted Hollister, you dumb fuck. And then which is just a dude, I guess, that goes to the bar. Ted Hollister is a nice guy. Him and Ben Tramer would have been really tight. This is the second unintentional death of the franchise, by the way. Ben Tramer included. R.I.P. My man. So anyway, that happens. But anyway, the why I went ahead and brought that up is because that's miles better than what they did in Halloween Kills with that fucking hospital sequence. Yeah,
easy. And right before we really get into the good stuff with the Meeker house, still I want to quickly just R.I.P. to one of our boys, Bucky, being one of the most electrifying characters of all of the Halloween franchise. So I wanted to mention that real quick.
Yeah, dude, he was electrifying as well. That guy was out there working late on Halloween to ensure that electricity is provided to those that are in need, and he got freaking murked. He did. Like, yeah, Michael shows up. Why he showed up there, I don't know. I guess because he wanted to turn the power off, maybe. But he chucks Bucky right in there. Son of a bitch gets electrocuted like a mofo.
Oh yeah, but that happened earlier. But now we're on to the freaking main event, the third act of this movie, when shit goes crazy at the Meeker house. Because during this time, Jamie is upstairs crying her little heart out, which bless her, and Rachel is calling the out of state or like out of county, like the state troopers or someone like that, to come in and help save freaking Haddonfield. And then Kaylee is making freaking tea for the sheriff and for everybody. And then when she checks on the sheriff, that sheriff or not sheriff, but a deputy's dead. And then that's where we freaking get Michael from the shadows, baby.
But the deputy isn't quite as dead as he looks, because, well, I mean, he's dead as a mofo, but she comes in there and she sees a silhouette rocking on the chair in the darkness, and she assumes it's the deputy. She's like, hey, I made you some tea. Just a couple minutes ago prior to this, by the way, Rachel threw some fucking coffee on what's her name, and she's like, hey, this won't be the last time a man leaves you for another woman. She says, fuck you, bitch. Throws a fucking anyway, the hot coffee on her ass, which I thought was good.
Sizzling hot.
Sizzling hot. Yeah. So she did that. But anyway, she comes out. She's like, I made your tea. And then the silhouette's rocking on the chair, which this is a fucking good scene because it looks like, she's talking to the deputy, but then she looks over like she moves the candle, whatever, it illuminates the actual dead ass deputy that's over there in the corner that used to be sitting in that chair. So now she's like, who the fuck's sitting in the chair now? This place is a fortress. It better not be fucking Michael. But sure enough, it is. His ass stands up, turns around. Michael's in the fucking house. And it's a fucking fortress. Yeah. No, it's a fortress, dude. Nobody can get out of this damn thing because they got the front door sealed shut. And they got boards everywhere. So it's Michael in here with everybody and no fucking way out, cage match style.
Oh, dude, cage match style, like, and we're talking about like freaking Hell in the Cell at this point. So there's a roof over the house. So yeah, they're freaking goners, man. Especially Kelly, she gets freaking murked first, which to me one of the coolest kills in the entire franchise as well. Because we thought Michael was like, is Michael actually getting ready to shoot a gun? Like this is freaking new and different. No, bam, Chuck Kurt like speared her right with that shotgun into the wall. Freaking badass. And then Rachel hears a commotion, like, huh, wonder what's going on in this room. And then that's when Rachel finds the deputy and Kelly dead. And that's where she sees Michael. Everybody freaking panicking at this point. Brady freaking like ready to shoot a gun, but the gun jams. And then it's like, Brady's like, okay, we're going to have to do this the old fashioned way, freaking bare hands.
I thought he killed bears with his bare hands. But no, dude,
Well, he
freaking
did,
murked his
but,
ass
like,
though. Murked his ass.
oh yeah, freaking oh, and brutal too. Like freaking Brady, like just Michael picking him up with one hand, like I think eventually gets it with two, start like crushing his neck. Oh dude, freaking again, brutal and more effect, brutal sound effects.
Yeah, so you've heard of the Brady Brunch. This is the Brady Crunch, and you heard it. You heard it for sure, dude. Like he got freaking crunched all up there, and then meanwhile Rachel's watching. She's like, "Nah, Brady, you were fucking a dick
Yeah,
earlier,
they
but
should
now
be fucking running. Why are they just
I
watching
know,
that?
I
Like
know,
even
dude.
Jamie's like, Rachel, we gotta go. I'm like, listen to her.
Look, if you find yourself in a situation like this, and like you're in a horror movie per se, and you know you're in a horror movie, a situation, and the guy has been a dick before, this is clearly his redemption moment. You got to let him have that. You get the fuck out of town. Like you can't be sticking around for that. So he has his redemption, but he does die. He gets crunched up. Rachel and Jamie head up in the attic, which is Brady was up there earlier, fucking putting fucking boards on the windows up there with his hammer, and so they kind of got to deal with that. They throw some shit down the stairs, Scream style, to kind of slow him down as Michael down as he comes up the stairs to the attic. Doesn't slow him down too much, but just enough for them to get outside the window to the rooftop where they're out there trying to get down. And then Michael comes out there.
Oh yeah, the freaking roof scene is one of my favorite scenes of the movie. Just full of suspense, man. Because you don't like it's dangerous, man. Because those freaking roof tiles, you don't know when you're gonna slip and slide right off of the freaking house, man. So that was all nerve wracking and all that. Jamie is like a freaking spider monkey on Rachel, and then this is where we get the first like full like body shot of Michael with his freaking like hockey pads, like freaking shoulder pads are like this. And his freaking mask, man. Like it was not a good look.
No, and it really is the shoulder pads that's the worst part. Like the mask sucks, but the shoulder pads really just put it in. Makes it look goofy and cheap. It makes it just feel very not genuine. It doesn't look like a real person. And I'm not wearing hockey pads. So I don't like that part at all either. That's one of the goofiest looks of the movie for Michael. But nonetheless, Jamie gets shimmied down mostly by Rachel and a fucking cable wire. Those things are so tough as a son of a bitch.
Oh yeah.
Shimmies down. Michael ends up approaching them. So Jamie ends up falling a pretty good bit, but she ends up getting away here in a second. Rachel gets fucking thrown off the roof, essentially. She gets knocked off on the gutter, and the gutter falls down. She falls all the way down the 2 stories. You would think she's all broken up and can no longer work, and she looks that way at this point. Jamie comes up, assumes she's dead. She runs off, gets introduced by freaking Loomis, and they go to the schoolhouse
Yeah,
together.
but before that, real quick, is we get that amazing shot of freaking Michael chasing Jamie on the empty streets. Just kind of like Rob Zombie's Halloween, we saw that little shot, and then again with 78 with Michael chasing Lori. We could just get another classic like chase scene shot.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good sequence because he, like Michael, I don't know how the fuck he got off that roof, but he did it like that.
That's one of those, man.
That's another one of those things where it's like, okay, he's got some supernatural shit going on because he just beamed down to the damn ground floor and he's fine. Like he's good. Beat me down, Jerry.
You gotta remember, he is wearing a Captain Kirk mask, so she's probably just like bleeped, like.
Yeah, that's all he needed to do is hit the buttons. He's down there, but anyway, yeah, he chases Jamie. Loomis finds Jamie while she's running from Michael. They go to the schoolhouse together, which is a very random sequence. I think they kind of almost could have cut this out entirely. But they go there. Too. Yeah, it just kind of added unnecessary length at the end. They go there. They pretty much get into it with Michael. Michael shows up there too. Loomis fucking gets knocked out or whatever for the time being. We find out Rachel's still alive. She hits him with the fire extinguisher. They both get away. This is where we do get the blonde ass Michael though. at the in the school. They used the wrong mask.
Ben
And,
Tramer back from the dead.
he's back for redemption. This is not the return of Michael Myers. This is the return of Michael Myers.
Ben Tramer.
Yes, this is the return of Ben Tramer. So
Oh,
he's back, and he's back. He's better than ever. He's here for vengeance. But he doesn't do very well.
Didn't do very well. But Rachel gets Jamie out, and then that's where the remaining members of the redneck police force are there. They pick them up, started to head out of town, which is finally a good decision in the movie. And then like everything's coast and clear. Then we get the out of state or out of county police on board, like going into Haddonfield, ready to clear stuff up. Happily ever after, right?
Wrong.
But we get the freaking like what Brad imitated in our skit earlier. So Brad, go ahead with that.
Dude, where the fuck did Michael come from? They're driving on this
Teleportation.
desolate road. They stop and talk to the state police. They're like, oh yeah, he's back that way. And then all of a sudden, how many miles they've traveled at this point? I don't know, but they look like they are out of town. They are way out. And Michael just starts freaking climbing up into the back of the truck bed, just like in the skit. You see his hands pop up over the tailgate, and then his freaking head comes up, and he climbs in there. Meanwhile, there's 3 dudes in there in the back, or at least 2.
And they didn't hear him.
They didn't hear him. They didn't see him. He starts chucking people off. This whole scene is very silly, I think, to be honest with you. Just with his shoulder pads and the wind blowing his hair, he just looks.
God, that was
It's fucking goofy, dude. He's throwing them out of the truck. The dudes, the redneck. I would have said some of them survived, maybe not. I don't know, but he chucked them out. There's definitely some road rash there. I don't know where. I guess he's been holding on to the bottom of that thing like Rambo in 3 when he's holding on to that tank. And I don't really know like why he chose to do that. Like he could have just, I don't know, but either way he did. He murks all the redneck police force. He throws them all out the back. And then the main dude, the leader of the bunch, is in the front of the cab of the truck with Lori and Rachel,
the driver,
fucking Jamie and Rachel. He's up there, and then just like you saw Reverend Burt earlier, Michael reaches in, rips his fucking neck out, which is a dope ass kill.
Oh yeah. Dude, it was a bloody dude. That's one of the best kills in the movie. That one looked so damn brutal. So yeah, plus again showing off the strength of Michael too.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude. That was dope. Rips that throat right out. Of course, you know that Rachel had to improvise at that point and start driving the son of a bitch. Kick that dude out to the curb.
I know. I was like, damn, he ain't gonna get a proper burial. Probably just eaten by a bunch of freaking raccoons and vultures and all that. But yeah, like you're alluding to, then Rachel has to drive, freaking swerving and all that. Finally, just decides to use her brain and hit just breaks freaking, and then Michael does like another version of the Golden Corral, freaking just falls off the truck. If it starts rolling, man, God, man, that's a whole story right there with the Golden Corral joke. But
it's from that commercial though, back in the day, where they were driving down the street and the dude always like it's a Golden Corral commercial with you got a couple driving the car and they pass a Golden Corral and the dude just jumps out.
Oh no, dude, it's freaking fantastic. We do it at GTA all the time when we're just bored. But yeah, anyways, Michael freaking falls off the car, and Rachel's like, "No, we're freaking ending this." And that's when freaking Rachel hits Michael with the truck, and that's when Michael goes wee and right into the freaking like well area. And like, first off, that fucker had to flown in order to reach that far. But yeah, so that's where we're at. And then Jamie's like, "Oh, I feel bad for." Uncle, no, we're not there just yet. We'll get there next week. But then Jamie's checking on freaking Michael and all that, and then everybody's telling her to get away from him. And that's when Michael freaking rises from the dead after getting hit by a car. And then pretty much everybody, freaking all the officers, go to town unloading on this dude. And then Michael falls to the well, presumably dead.
Yeah, well, it's like a cemetery. It's weird, like in a cemetery or some shit. But it was also like a well. Again, we'll see. Like it gets weirder and weirder.
Well,
I don't know. It always seemed like maybe it's not. I don't know. But either way,
it's weird.
They're blown. Yeah, it's really you can't really describe it. It's just one of those things you see on the side of the Haddonfield Road. Yep. So he gets blown away for sure, and then fucking epic ass ending comes up after that though. You think Michael's gone and we're good to go? We're safe? Haddonfield is safe again? No, fuck no. Is it? No. Can't be, can it?
No, it absolutely cannot because we freaking go back to the like Rachel and Jamie's house and all that, and reassuring that everything is okay. Jamie's going to get a nice hot bath, and I'm pretty sure Rachel is going to get a big ass freaking allowance and all that just for saving saving Jamie at this point. And then all of a sudden, we get this like a classic '78 shot where somebody puts on a mask. We're like, oh shit, did Michael come back? Like, cause like freaking going into the house and all that. Like, and then we hear Rachel's mom scream, and that's when Loomis runs up the stairs and he starts to freak out. But I don't blame him because what do we see on top of the stairs? It was not Michael Myers. It was freaking Jamie Lloyd stabbing her foster mother.
Oh yeah, dude. She comes out there. We get that classic freaking reaction from Loomis.
No, no, dude, he was ready to shoot her too, and that's where Sheriff Meeker's like, no, don't do it. Like, oh man, dude, it's crazy.
It is, and you know what? Like, you can see why. You can see because he's been down this road before. He's not going to hesitate this time. He tried for years to reach Michael, then another few years to lock him away. Now he's just trying to end evil altogether. This is like Fallen. Remember the movie with Denzel Washington? Like, you kill one dude, evil bounces to the next, and that's kind of what happened here. Is I guess the idea that they were trying to convey, and now evil is now within Jamie, which is a really fucking cool idea. And this actually, unlike Friday the 13th when they try to do this shit with Tommy, this shit actually makes sense and it works. And a very, very interesting concept they ended the movie on. But you know,
again, like an open book ending, because where does it go from here? Like, I love that, especially when they did this trilogy idea. They could have really done something really special with this, but unfortunately, we got what we got. But I will say, this will not be taken away from me. This is, to me, the second best ending into a Halloween movie in this franchise.
Yeah, and you know what? This franchise is full of good fucking endings. We talked last week about Halloween 3, Halloween 78. Now this is up there. You know, this is a good ending, I think. I think
3 out of 4 movies, brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think I wish they would have capitalized off it a little bit more, but we'll get into that next week and whatnot. But overall, just a really solid fucking entry, man.
Yeah, dude, really freaking solid. So, guys, that is Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, the movie. Dude, really strong movie. At this point, possibly the second best movie in the entire Halloween franchise, but we still got a couple more weeks to go to make that full determination with our ranking franchise video. But overall, love the Halloween atmosphere in this movie. Michael Myers is brutal. I love the Jamie Lloyd and Rachel characters. And Dr. Loomis is on point, and of course, Sheriff Meeker. So really good characters, great mood and atmosphere with freaking Halloween. Really damn strong movie into the franchise.
I got to add that I really like, this is one of the few movies I think where you get a final girl duo. You know, like there's two of them, it's Rachel and Jamie. And I think like it's really cool to see that kind of sisterhood throughout and their relationship kind of foster throughout the, no pun intended, kind of grow over the course of the movie. And they have good arcs, you know, because at the beginning, like you could tell Rachel really likes her, but still is like, oh, it's all about Brady. Now towards the end of the movie, obviously it's all about them together. And you know, she's
she had an amazing character arc in that movie.
Yeah, so I really like that. I think this is honestly, it's one of the some of the best final girl action you'll see in the franchise. Maybe the best if we were to rank them. Honestly, I think you know I would. Yeah, I mean it's good. Yeah, man, I would have loved to see more of it. We'll get into that next week, but yeah, man, that's Halloween 4.
Hell yeah, man. So let's freaking just go with it, Brad. We always start with you. What's your WTF moment of the movie and your favorite kill of the movie?
WTF for me has got to be when Loomis finds he's with Drago's trainer and they go and they find this ambulance and it's turned over. There's this fucking they pull in, they go down in this little crevice that's off the side of the road, the highway on the way to Haddonfield. And they see this fucking ambulance upside down in the river covered in blood. And Loomis looks over at the cop or at Drago and he says, "Is that it?" And I'm like, of course that's fucking it. What other ambulance are you looking for out here? That's the one fucking ambulance that's over on its fucking top covered in blood in the middle of a fucking river with bodies everywhere. I think that's the one you're looking for, dude.
Well, it could possibly hit by a cow.
That's true. I guess that's true. There
No,
could have
I'm
been another
messing
one.
with you. That is pretty like a WTF. Like, dude, that's the only ambulance, and it's the same. It reaches the same tags and everything. Like, that's it, dude. Like, the fucking blood is on there, man. Like, come on, man. But yeah, dude, that's a good WTF. So, what about your favorite kill?
I really want to go with the throat rip, but for me, I think I'm going to go with the thumb head. The guy that when he sticks his thumb through the dude's head in the ambulance at the beginning of the movie, just because it comes out of nowhere, dude. Like literally just fucking. And this is the most like brutal, probably Michael kill we've gotten at this point because one was pretty tame, two was more so. But you know, we hadn't seen anything this kind of like fucking nasty and gory at this point, except for maybe the hot tub kill in two. So like he sticks his thumb right up in there, dude, right through there, and we get to see. It's almost like a Jason kill, dude. It's fucking dope.
Oh, dude, frick, that is so dope. Again, with the kind of like the noise sound effects we get in that, freaking brutal, man.
Yeah.
Man, dude, I got so many WTFs in this movie, so it's really hard to pick one. But I'm gonna go to the joke we relied earlier because again, that's still crazy. You had the same note as I am. I'm gonna freaking go with the Nintendo 64 freaking gunshots, man. Just because I love the GoldenEye game. But another one I'll quickly mention too, again, you alluded to it, is when Michael hair goes blonde. Like, what the hell?
Who approved that? Like somebody had to see that. Somebody
Yeah,
had to see that.
I was like, oh, it's a week before release. We can't change it now. I'm like, okay. Anyways, but yeah, freaking Ben Tramer back from the dead for a split second. But yeah, that's a WTF for me. And my favorite kill, I have to freaking go with the Kelly Meeker kill where Michael shoves the shotgun into her because I literally thought Michael was going to shoot that thing. I never expected him to use that as a stabbing mechanism.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, dude, that was so freaking cool. So all right, we are freaking down the rating time. So Brad, where do you rate this bad boy?
I gotta go with the 4 again, man. I think it's the third in a row, but I'm doing a 4 again. 4 out of 5.
All right, spot on, dude. Well, I'm going to give it a 4.25 out of 5. I think it's a little bit better than a 4, but not quite at the 4.5 scale. If they cleaned up a couple of things and it's just a little like question marks in the movie, it easily could be a 4.5. But 4.25 is out of 5 is good for me, and that's just another Dance with Jimbo.
Hell yeah, dude. That mask is really the biggest thing for me that fucking ruins it. There's really not a lot of bad. Again, there's not a lot of bad about it, but that mask was kind of shitty.
Yeah, not very good, along with the freaking hockey pads and just bulking up right there, man. Just like, but again, freaking explains the bulking with Draco's freaking trainer there, probably juiced up Michael. But we're not going to freaking get into that, man. So that is it for freaking Halloween 4, the return of Michael Myers. This week we focused on the return of Michael. Next week, Michael's going to get some freaking revenge, my friend.
Oh, we're gonna have fun next week, dude, for sure. I can't wait.
Oh yeah, until then we're gonna stay mute. But we do want to ask you, guys though, what did you all think about Halloween 4: The Return of Michael Myers? Do you think this is a strong sequel into the Halloween franchise, or are you on the where side that you did not enjoy this movie? Let us know in that comment section down below. Let's get that discussion rolling.
And if you want to help us find the good reels, you can do so by finding us on Facebook, Instagram, Letterboxd, Twitter, and TikTok. Those links are for you to find down below.
Abso-freaking-lutely. And be sure to show some love and support to us, the other YouTubers doing this series as well, with their Halloween 4 reviews today, along with Chris Snyder's written review. And of course, if you want to support your boys at Good Real Hunting, be sure to like this video, share, and subscribe. And of course, ring that bell, ding, 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 so y'all know what the next set of videos is up and ready.
Right, you are.
Absolutely. So let's go mute, and we'll see you guys next time.
We're gonna go to the river next week for
Down
a
by the
2-session
river.
wave.